What's happening, my friends? I'm gonna go down low with the music here. And just, see who shows up. Had some thoughts tonight, and I thought I'd just go live. Cheers, everybody. Hanging out in the Sned shed, just getting let me go make this happen on Facebook here. Here we go. Paul Michaels is live now. Edit audience, make public. All right, my friends. How you doing? I'm looking for the chat and I'm not. There we go. There's the chat. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing this fine evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you're at? We're getting around to sweet. David, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. That's cool. Why are you going live? Well, I'll tell you, because I'm calm. I'm calm, and I feel good about what's going on right now, and wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit. All right, Twin, I caught you. So glad. All right, Christy, it took me a minute. You guys have no idea. I got off the phone with Christy probably 45 minutes ago saying, okay, I'm going to go live now. I've had to reboot my computer twice. I couldn't get my software to work. I couldn't get the Restream software even to work with my camera. And I was thinking, the whole time I'm thinking, is this a sign that I'm not supposed to go live tonight? Is this a sign? Should I be paying attention to this sign that I'm getting? These multiple signs? And I said, and I thought, yeah, but I've never really been the guy that did that. I was always the guy, not always, but most of the time, I was the guy that said, I'm not letting anything stop me. And that has served me, I'd like to think, for most of my life. I don't have the picture of how it would be otherwise. Cheers, everybody. Having a little water. Exhausted after a long week, but thought it'd be cool to hang. So yeah, if you're like woke up in a panic or you were thinking something's going down, yeah, something's going down. I'm going to talk about that. But it's nothing like, don't lose any sleep over it. So I'm sorry I want to make sure I don't put anybody in a panic, because the whole thing I was talking about tonight anyway, that our last dive with Todd showed up, was about calm, right? And what was the last Q drop that we went to? And you guys remember what it was? But basically, it kind of finished with what I started out the night talking about. So so no biggie. If you need to hit the sack, you can catch this tomorrow. I mean, I wouldn't want to be you, having missed what's about to go down tonight. But you go on to bed. You go on to bed. I am ornery, aren't I? I've been called ornery quite a bit in my life. Blessings 111. You were just watching a replay. So happy you're on live now. Very cool. Very cool. 9 a.m. in England. Great day. Hi, Dave. Great to see you live. Normally, I'm popping up my eyelids with matchsticks whilst watching you. That's a great visual. Remember those cartoons, where they're trying to prop up the eyelids? That's pretty cool stuff. The kitty wanted you to get up. She's been driving you crazy. So yeah, I'm juiced for the rally tomorrow. I'm actually thinking about doing a live stream of it tomorrow night, and we can hang and watch it together. So yeah, ornery. So here's my thoughts. Morning from the UK. Good to see everybody. What's going on? Well, I'm just going to get into it's Kim. This is what's going on. Okay, the energy on the Earth right now is weird. Like, do you guys feel it? Like, it's like Eric said something today. Eric Swanson, who does our video stuff like cuts and things like that, and who's been away and is back and easing into some things together, and he's got a whole move under his belt and doing great. And so we're kind of easing back in with some of the cuts. But Eric and I were talking today, and Eric said he said it's like the white hats flipped a switch. Yeah. And by the way, is the music good? Is it too low, too high? Is it interfering with our conversation? Please let me know. So, Christina says, yes, Dave, for a week I've stayed up all night, every night. Dee Dee, what a treat. 3 a.m. here in Missouri. You guys are so... You guys are really cool. You guys are really awesome. And that means a lot to me, that you're who you are. So thank you. Perfect. Okay, the music. Please cut music. Hick gal. Is it because it's not country music? What kind of music would you prefer, hick gal? Can you turn it off a tad loud? It's perfect. Okay. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God, I can't hear anything. That's funny. The music is perfect. Too high. Okay. I'm getting it's too high. Let me tone it. Yeah? That's like cutting it in half. Yeah? And it can be just like in the background. Just chill. All right? Maybe come up just a little bit. Yeah, so the universe flipped a switch, right, Tom? And so this is where we're at right now. I want you to just imagine what I started to do was I was doing a tweet, and I was doing a tweet. You know what? That sounds like a 56-year-old guy saying that he tweeted. Right? It's like you're so square. You don't say that. I don't think you say I was doing a tweet. So I was tweeting. I think that's what all the kids say. And I was thinking about the Russia situation, because the United Kingdom, it was an article that was shared by Ezra Cohen-Watnick, okay, on Twitter. So somebody was on, somebody put out a telegram of Ezra, right, saying that he's got the EBS system, a picture of the EBS. But Christy reminded me that Ezra has one account, and it's on Twitter. And he says, my one and only social media account, right? My one and only account. He's not on Telegram. The problem with Telegram is that you don't know who's real. You don't know who you're talking to. Think about that. That's like, you're going up to these doors and all you hear is a voice on the other side. And they tell you there's somebody, but you can't verify whatsoever. And they just start talking, and you're like taking notes and sharing it with other people. This whole truth industry has been infiltrated by opposition, controlled opposition, and also by people who want to benefit off a situation. Opportunists, if you will. We are in a place right now that is so important to get it right. It's really important. This isn't, like Jefferson said, in matters of taste, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. This isn't a matter of taste. Oh, I like that person, or I like this person, or I like this, and this. This isn't about how they appeal to us. That's what's so vitally important, because they have controlled humanity by attracting our attention. And how do they attract our attention? But via the mechanisms with which they know that we will respond. The titillation, the shiny, the interesting, the nobody else has got this information. You can only get it from me. They are appealing to us as Pavlov's dog. And they're ringing a bell. And we're going for it. That's how they've controlled humanity. We can't take that into the next realm, because we're not going to survive into the next realm. We have to realize that we've got to stop chasing the shiny, and we've got to start looking for substance. In our politicians. In our neighborhoods. In our schools. The companies we do business with. Looking for substance, not just, are you going to give me what I want? But are you going to give me what I want while harming others or taking advantage of others or harming animals and treating them poorly? The search for substance must be constant so that we can gather the right information, connect with the right people. Because tomorrow has never been guaranteed. And yet we act as if it has. We have an opportunity right now to understand that Q was placed here for a very specific purpose. And the purpose, we got about 200 in the Sned shed, my friends. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, substance in ourselves as well, Sherry. And so this substance, as we just demand more, is going to get us through these days and weeks and months and years if we understand that one of the two options is the case. Either Q is here as controlled opposition, as a psychological operation to placate the revolutionaries, telling them that we've got this. You don't need to do anything. Military's the only way. We've got this. We're going to do it. We're going to save you. That's what I don't buy, because they went to a lot of trouble to give us too much information, because we know enough now. We're united enough now. We're focused and compassionate about the children, about the evil on this planet. And we know enough to stop it. And we're strong enough to stop it. And we're together enough to stop it. You think we have the power to follow a Trump, to follow a Q. But what you don't understand is that they are riding our wave and inspiring our wave. But when it comes down to it, we have to take charge of the situation. We have to unite. We have to challenge the narrative, challenge what we're being forced to do, and stand up for everybody. The Supreme Court ruled that American citizens who work for a private company have constitutional right to not be forced to take the vaccine or test. Both medical, personal decisions based on an invasive medical procedure which is unproven and becomes less proven every single day. And we're supposed to celebrate because these private employees, even private employees that work for an office that accepts Medicare or Medicaid insurance, like my nephew and my niece, are now going to be forced to vaccinate or forced to test invasively. Katie just said, "You're such a human Xanax." Oh my God, I think that may be the best compliment I've ever had, Katie. I don't know. That's fantastic. Katie, I've never taken Xanax. Is that a good thing? What is that? I honestly don't know. Hey, Allison, I love you too. Thank you. Hey, Danny. How you doing, guys? So, yeah, it's basically, all the employees of these private organizations, you're good. You have constitutional rights. But not you that work for these private companies in nursing and medicine that just so happen to take Medicare insurance, Medicaid insurance. This is atrocious. And yeah. And a lot of people have Medicare. So, Vicky, wherever you go, and you use your Medicare insurance, whatever office that is, everybody there has to be vaccinated. Yeah, if you process the claims at all. Yeah, couldn't I sleep? Well, I was kind of wound up from the week. And I just... we was going over some stuff with Christy, and we were having a late night chat, and I just thought, and I was doing a tweet. Remember that? Before I got off on that, maybe the tangent that would save humanity. I'll get back to the tweet here in a little bit because it has to do with the modern day, and it's going to roll right off from what I'm saying right now, and that has to do with what's happening in England, Russia, Kazakhstan. Whew, man, there's some stuff going down, and it's huge, and just watching the posturing. But so we have basically Q has given us so much information, more information than we've ever gotten. Think about that. Okay, we've never gotten this kind of information before. So how did that come to be? How did they get that information? Okay. And how do they have the ability to remain anonymous and continue to put out this information that is literally being, censored off every major social platform? Can't forget, Twitter nuked Trump, but they also nuked all the Q. All the Q. Why? Because the Anons were destroying Chrissy Teigen for being a pedophile. Not making accusations, just reading her tweets. So this is why they wiped away the Anons, and they justified it. They justified this censorship because she plays victim of being a millionaire housewife married to John Legend, and she's persecuted with comments about young children on her, and that didn't get her kicked off Twitter? Are you serious? So remember how social media has acted throughout this entire somebody posted this on Facebook. I think I reposted it. But it said, I just heard a 5-year-old talking about COVID, call it a pandemic. A pandemic. And she says, and now I'm convinced that all the adults, that we're all saying it wrong. Right? Pandemic. So, the show The Voice I just read has been canceled. He's on that, right? Legend. I don't see that. I've seen a handful of those. So Sherry, 24 hours awake now. Too many brain cells wasting, burning. Shitsu Mom. Love you, Dave. Can't sleep either. Joanne, I'm loving this informal chat and relaxed, Dave. It's soothing my soul. Thank you. Joanne, that's a really sweet thing to say, and thank you, and you're welcome. Happy you're back on, Dave. Hey, Nom Garrett. How are you? Can't hear you, Dave, and I have everything up as high as it goes. You know what? I got to be closer to the mic. Thank you, Sarah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I do want to... Hold on. I think I was a little, maybe too relaxed. And is that any better? Is that any better? I'll keep it close. Yeah, let me know how that is, please. I fell asleep, John. Hey, it's happened to the best of us. You guys, I fell asleep on the show once, maybe twice. I don't know. Yeah, the family's asleep. They're all tucked in their beds, and we even have company over that's tucked in their blow-up mattress. Sleepless in Snedville. I love that. Dana, did somebody else say that? Because you say love that, sleepless in Snedville. So who came up with, here we go. Alyssa, we are all sleepless in Snedville. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Benjamin, thank you. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, hard to sleep these days. Yes, better was falling asleep. So yeah, I guess maybe the volume was a little low. All right. Hello from Missouri. Yes, Dave, better. All right, awesome. What's in the glass? Just the 70% of our bodies are made of. And quite refreshing. It's actually, you know what? There were some deals on this essential water, so we got some of those because it's got the, what do you call it, the high alkalinity, right? And so that's good for us, and we can mix it in with other water. Oh my gosh! So yeah, we get to see who the insomniacs are, right, Mike? Okay, so all right, my friends. So back to this Q and what Q has provided us, right? I've told you that either it's a total psyop, meant to, like I was just saying, raise the opposition's hopes and spirits, and be the Judas goat, that befriends the sheep and then walks them to their slaughter. And so you become the controlled opposition, and you prop them up, and you give them hope, and you tell them, we're going to do it for you. And then you turn on them. And that's what we've seen throughout the controlled paradigms of government control, financial control. And so we have this paradigm of destruction. And they know how to manipulate our minds to get us to do what they want. And they've been doing it since the beginning of time, but in the modern era, with the Hegelian dialectic, 1871, John Hegel, philosopher. Problem. They create a problem that will elicit a reaction. And they will have a ready-made solution to that problem and reaction. Said this many times, but it's so important in this context to make sure that we've broken free from the indoctrination, because you put an animal in a cage and they're going to try to get out. You put them in a zoo and they try to get out. You put them in a nature preserve. They don't know they're enslaved, enclosed. But just because you and I find the fence and we go over the fence to see what's beyond, we often have the assumption that there are no more fences, when in actuality we may have just stepped into a bigger fence. So we've got to continue to push past, and find the information as only we can. Verify. You've heard the term. trust but verify? No. No. At a time of war, you don't have the luxury of that. You verify. And you make that person, that entity, earn your trust. Yeah, the house is asleep. They've been asleep for quite a while. Cynthia, we must pray for those children caught in the crossfire due to parents caving to the fear agenda pushed by mainstream media. Yes. We must pray for those children. And I am hopeful that I believe in human ingenuity, but not when human ingenuity pretends to be greater than God. But the kind of human ingenuity that I think will survive humanity will be, to be able to get this that's been injected in humanity, that we'll be able to get it out, and help heal the individual. And so I have hope for the children and the adults that have gotten this, that haven't died right away, that we'll have a solution. We'll find a solution. I don't know the timing of it. We may even already have it, and we don't know it, or we have it and certain people know it and they're not telling the rest of us, which is, kind of fucked up. But I understand that I don't see the whole picture, so I will be light in my judgment. So is Q real? In the sense of everything we're hearing, has this already been strategized, and has it been planned, and has it been foresaw? Or was it a controlled opposition mechanism for our compliance? Sit back, don't worry, they're going to take care of it. Jesus is going to save us, God's going to save us, the military's going to save us, Trump's going to save us. Do you see, if nothing else, how religion has brainwashed humanity into believing that they will be saved at some point in the near future? So you don't have to get off the couch, you just have to believe a certain way. You have to believe in certain things, and I'll list them off here for you. Because it is written, because it has been passed down as a part of history. You know, that's going to get me in trouble with some of the Christians. But honestly, there are some areas where we think we've gone outside the fence and there's another one out there. So we've got to think critically about the good things that come from spirituality and connection with our Creator, and the bad things that have been placed in the middle of that is mucking up the situation. Yeah, Dana. Q has awakened more people than ever before. I was thinking the other day, I was just joking around about like a about myself, and I was thinking I've awakened more people than Folgers. And I just thought that was fun because you know, I grew up with you know, Folgers in your cup, and but nobody drinks it anymore, so I'm probably not waking up that many people. But you know, maybe that could be for Q. You know, Q awaken more people than Folgers. Dave, do I think Trump is one of them? In one of them, do you mean Q, Pauline? Folgers, black silk in my cup right now. Oh yeah, awesome. Really, that's awesome. Yeah, I could go for coffee right now, but that'll keep me up all night. So I'll wait until morning. Good till the last drop, Annie Girl. What's up, Annie Girl? How you doing? I said goodnight to my Annie Girl tonight. Had a few laughs. That was fun. Hey, Lynn. Hello. Good to see you all. I'm just scrolling through here. You know, I could show you what did... Here, you can see what I'm looking at. Because you guys you're in individual chat rooms, and I forget that sometimes that you guys are doing that. Let me see if I've got, let's see, that's that one. There you go. That's a little different view of things there. Hey guys, Hawk is doing his prayer-a-thon this weekend. Okay, so if you get a chance, stop in. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing this weekend, but I wanna pop in with him, and I wanted to have him on tonight, but we're working on this schedule to try to tighten things up, you know, so I can have more time with my family at that particular time of the night, and maybe I'll do some more stuff like this after they go to bed, and so I can still connect on a lot of things and not have it to be, you know, yeah. Dave has that sleepy music in the background, yeah. Yeah. Love and light people, stand up. Watch Chosen. Evil starts there. History is very deep. Digital soldiers, and Dave woke up a lot of people up. Trump says, "I am not your savior. Wake up." Yeah, nice, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Good to see you. You know, folks. You know, I see you. You know, I feel you. What's up, Rob? Good to see you. Yeah, we got to do that, man. We're overdue. Maybe this weekend. I was thinking to get together with Eric. Ideally tomorrow. if I don't go to Arizona, I'm thinking maybe I need to be where Trump is this weekend. Watch the water. And I can make it happen. It would just be like, holy shit, I got to make this happen. Probably drive, maybe with Nate Estes. But Dee Dee, thank you. Yeah, if so, but I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just. Sorry, Dee Dee, I didn't mean to blow you up like that. Here we go. What happened? What the hell did I just do? Okay. This is, yeah, all right. I'm done. All right. So, Folgers was first sold during the California Gold Rush. Virgil. Dude, that's some digging. Nice job. I like it. That's pretty cool. I tell you what, I would love to buy like and just a really great brand like that, and then redo it and upgrade it. Like make it great coffee. Like make Folgers like the best coffee on the planet. And knock Starbucks off its satanic pedestal. Yeah, so Tracy, it's Noah's birthday. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, I always grind my own beans. You got to do that. Oh, you know what? RB Chef, good to see you. People have said that I should make Snedhead's coffee. All right, we gotta turn this up, folks. We gotta turn this up. All right, because here's the thing. I know a lot of this is about me, but it's about what we're doing here. And I think what we're doing here is very special. I don't see what we have here in the other places that I look. So you know what I'm saying? And so Paul Michael's Black Rifle Coffee is the best you need to try. So Lynn, didn't they screw up? Didn't they, Sned Kofif, that's great. Cornelius, that's a good one. John Harito says chock full of nuts, LOL. John, that's what our families would call our coffee probably, right? Hey, chock full of nuts, but we know we're the only sane ones out there. As Lampo, I've had a head cold for 5 days. Last night during the show, I started feeling heaviness in my chest. Just woke up with a deep cough. I'm concerned. Well, I'm not a doctor. This isn't a televisit, but as that is my disclaimer, I hear a lot of people, okay, right away when they're having symptoms like this, start taking either or both ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and zinc, okay, and vitamin D, vitamin C, and knocking this thing out. So do you have those things? And can you get them? And if not, why haven't you been on the resource page? Why haven't you called some of these places and seen what it would do? Because you can do that. You can do all that. So, all right. So, all right. We got a couple ideas. We got Snedhead's coffee. We've got chock full of nuts, but that's taken. Okay, that's taken. We can't. We're not going to be able to afford that trademark. Okay. What happened there? Is it? Hold on. What happened to my camera here? Oh, that's why. All right, that's what happened. So, yeah, Sassy. I got Dr. Zlenko's Z-Stack. That's good. Perfect timing, Cornelius. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to be here with you. And quercetin and NAC, Vicky. Yes. You're right, Dave. Some of the bigger names of some truthers are kind of going downhill. Not as many views. Yeah, see, it's... So what I wanted to get back to, this is what you get when you get me late night, folks. I am the tangent, I'm telling you right now, but I'm telling you, that's where the gold is. Speaking of the California gold rush, the gold is in the tangents. Embrace them. Do not allow impatience to keep you from connection, from deep thought, from brilliance, from experiences. Yeah. Snedhead's coffee, it'll wake you up. Bedheads can be your decaf line. Oh, that's good. I like it. Tina. All right. Tina, speaking of tangent, Tina Tangent got that one. Oh, guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing some gold here coming your way. There's a lot coming through. Sned's Dark to Light, Shelly Bear. Oh, I like that. Q Coffee, good to the last drop. Oh, Web Built. Jeez, how'd I miss that? Oh, that's good. Q Coffee, good to the last drop. Or it could be Snedhead's Coffee, Q, good to the last drop, something like that. Yeah. Folks, Snedhead Coffee and grounds for deep state executions. Nice. I like it. Lynn, which Paul Michaels story? Oh, sorry. Never heard of what? Sorry, I forgot that conversation. Oh, Black Rifle. Okay. Yeah, they did something against the election or against Trump, and I can't remember what it was, but their conservative base, a lot of them turned their back for him. Suzanne. All right, so here's what it's going to be. Wake Q up in the morning. Way and then Q. Wake Q up in the morning. There we go. You guys taking notes down and sending to me, davesned@gmail.com. All rights reserved. All your rights reserved. You guys are coming up with the ideas. QSA. Snedhead's Coffee, the best in the QSA. Mark, I like it. I like where you're going. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I can't wait to meet you guys someday. Vicky, early morning. Yeah. Ah, my friends. So, we have 286 people in the Sned Shed. We are elbow to elbow, cheek to cheek. and loving every damn minute of it. Now scoot the fuck over. They're killing people in hospitals with rice. Christina, I know I've never appreciated their cooking there, except one time where I knew the chef, and we were friends. And when I was in the hospital, I would get steak every night. I mean, like really good steak. It's like, damn, what's going on here? So at any rate, not to make a joke, but I made a joke. So how are they killing people with rice? Yeah, any girl, wake you up in the morning. We got a whole campaign we're putting together here. Sned Kufi. Okay. And everybody on this call, 295, we're almost up to 300. Everybody on this call gets free coffee. We might just need a couple years to get off the ground. but we'll say half off everything, and then we'll get you some free coffee. What is Q Sned coffee? Good to the last drop. Very cool. Yeah, so I still don't get the rice thing. But that's what it was. Bonita. Black Rifle got upset because Kyle was pictured wearing a t-shirt with their company name on it. Okay. You're going to turn on Kyle Rittenhouse because he's actually like supporting your company? I got no time for you. I got no time for you. So Black Rifle coffee, you can shove that big Black Rifle right up your ass. All right. QT. Keep it on the QT though. That's a good idea. All right. Christy, did you just drop me? Oh, ricin. Oh my God. That's hilarious. This whole time. Oh my God. Okay, I am tired, Christina. That's funny. Holy cow. All right. So, how are they killing them with rice? Are you talking remdesivir? Yeah, Washington State can't even collect rainwater. This is what tyranny looks like, my friends. All right. Lamestream are saying tsunami in Tonga, yet can't hear bomb sounds here in New Zealand. Can hear bomb sounds here in New Zealand. So would the tsunami make that sound, Jackie? Christina, they killed my dad. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Then I'm over here making jokes. I'm so sorry, Christina. Wow, what a dick. I'm so sorry. They used both ricin and remdesivir on my dad. Wow. Hughes says, I feel like I'm listening to Dracula in his lair. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yeah, Mark says, Sned had coffee good until the last Q drop. This is so we're going to do part truther, part, conspiracy theory, and part, what do you call that thing with the sounds? You make these sounds. Or whatever, what do you call that? Thank you, Christine. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I'm so sorry for your loss. Man. Missing Kirsten. Cornelius. It's all written in you. What? I missed that. It's all written in you. Carmelia. I missed that. I'm sorry. The last drop is number 4953 coffee. The last drop is loaded. Christy. All right, I missed that probably about 5 times, I think. Missing Kirsten. You know, it's surreal to me. I don't know what's going on, but it's really hard to figure out right now. So I'm just trying to keep my team and my group together. Our fabulous worldwide Snedhead, just discerning patriot, amazing people, and keeping us focused on the things we need to focus on. There's so much going on in terms of in the community with the, people dying and in the narrative that they help by doing that and showing people, like, look at the person that you've been following and listening to, and they died of COVID. So they're the ones that told you not to get vaccinated. So maybe you should get vaccinated. It's like, what's their end game? What is going on here? And where do these people play a role? So, there's been a lot of people that have disappointed me. And it has to do with just pretending to know shit we don't know. So, at any rate, God bless Kirsten and Doug and Steele and Carrie Mullis. And I don't know if they deserve to be in the same category, but they do, in the sense that they're casualties in this war. But maybe they aren't in the sense that people like Kirsten and Robert David Steele and Doug Kuzma will report about Carrie Mullis, like about what he did and what he was about. That's what I mean by that. And the doctor in Germany, I should know his name, and just so many, all the holistic doctors that were killed off years ago. I mean, this cartel, this big pharma cartel, has gotten completely out of control. And we're still supporting it. And we're still allowing them. They are also saying volcanoes are erupting in Tonga as well. Some flooding, but definite explosions. People from my town talking about it on social media. And what the heck? All right, okay. I'm like, where did Cindy come from? Okay, I accidentally opened up this thing that I posted on Getter, and it's from the other night. So I think Christy just opened this up on Getter. It's kind of cool, huh? All right, all right. Hello, hello. So, yeah, so that was what that was in the background. So, my apologies there. So, we have, I need the music up just a bit. I want to find out more about. Um, okay. So, this is New Zealand, my friends. Okay. And if you see it here, let me get it over in the middle, right here. Okay. And here, where's Tonga? Right there. Yeah, where are we at? Yeah. So, where would it be? Where would it be? You guys can guide me, but let's keep an eye on that. All right. So back to Q. If Q is not meant to continue this and take back control of our planet, I've said this many times before, I'm not concerned because they told us too much. And we know too much and we're too strong. And so that's why I continually say we must engage and we have to get involved. Because each step towards, getting involved in this game, in this war, every step that you take is contributing to victory. But it's not just another win. It's not just another victory that we're seeking. It's for the survival of humanity. It's a pass-fail. We lose this moment in human history, we fail. And we never get it back. And we're slaves for the rest of eternity. Our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-grandchildren. None of them will know freedom like you and I have. And you and I haven't experienced real freedom. We're all just novices. If we lose our apology must ring out across the generations to follow. And will be heard with ears that never heard the joys of existence living in an enslaved humanity. So we need to win this. And we need to be on our game. And every step that we take in the direction of freedom creates a ripple. It creates a momentum for humanity that can't be stopped. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm with you. Yeah, we can't give up, never. Yeah, they're depopulating mankind. Yeah. Karen, I don't care about myself, but I worry about my son, daughter, and grandbaby. Well, let me say this, Karen, and I can appreciate that. I can't imagine what it must feel like to have a grandbaby and a son. What message are you sending your children by saying you don't care about yourself? We don't need to be martyrs in this war. I want us all walking off this battlefield. But we also have to send a message, I think, that we do care about ourselves. And we can care about ourselves without it being arrogant or selfish. Thank you, Johnny. Why is everything dark? Because it's late, and I like the lights off when it's late. You know what I look like. Just hold up a picture of me or something, and put it in front of the screen. I do need water, I know, because I am so, but I'll get some. So we are so powerful, and we have to step into that power. We have to take these steps in the direction of freedom. And so it may mean going to a school board meeting. It might be city council. It might be running for office. It may be, standing up to the HR department at your work and saying, you can't be doing this. My medical records are my business, not yours. Certainly not for $15.50 an hour or, whatever you make. It ain't worth it. So, yeah, there needs to be steps that we take and to gain this momentum, to gain this power. And then there's no stopping us. All right, I'll turn the music down. I'm sorry. I did bring it back up a little bit. And I can turn this up a little bit. That's what I need to do. There we go. I can have yours down and mine up. Should have thought that through the first time. There we go. So, RB Chef, Dave, I would give anything for my daughter to listen to me and hear me. That saddens me. I'm sorry to hear that. That you're dealing with that. That's a tough one. But I will... let's see. I'm going to do this. And leave you guys to talk amongst yourselves. Yeah? And I'll be right back. All right. All right, what's the haps, peep? What are we doing here? How you doing? Let me see. There we go. What's happening? All right. We were on some self-love there for a while. Let's see. We got 285. No one left. No one left. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Glad you didn't leave. Got some water, and then I got some dehydrated pineapple. It's kind of like, yeah. Take a drink of water. Dehydrated pineapple. Maybe I should have just done regular pineapple. Slumber party. Mark says, only you left, Dave. That's awesome. I love that. Can't sleep either, my friend. Doing the healing now. Yeah. I need to do that as well. Thanks for reminding me. Slumber party, Karen. I love it. Yeah, live after Friday show. Oh, Alyssa, I love the mangoes like that too. The dehydrated mangoes. Exactly. So, let me hook up my Healy. That'll help us flow a little bit better. All right. Anastasia, it's your grandson's favorite snack. Cool. So, Cheryl, very deep thoughts on my mind. Are there any others at this stage in the game, Cheryl? You know? Jack and Coke. I used to drink Jack and Ginger. And I used to say, bartender, Jack and Ginger. And I prefer a male-dominated relationship. So he'd be like, all right, heavy on the Jack. I'm like, yeah. So, or I'd say that if I was ordering a Jack and Coke, or a Jack and Ginger. No Jack and Ginger, just Jack and Ginger. All right, I'm off track. I'm getting tired. But, so let's, Q is, getting back to Q, is, as my Healy is lining up here. Hold on. So it talks to the Healy. It talks to this thing here. And so I'm going to do coherence, which I think would be a really good one for us tonight. And normally you can do a bunch of different things. You can go through all these programs. All right. And so, but I go to the end, and that is coherence. I'm going to set it, and I'm just going to put it in my pocket. And when this comes on, I go from 15% all the way up to 100. And then it's just kind of surrounding us in this beautiful frequency. The music, the lights, the dehydrated pineapple, and we're good to go. So this is, they've been doing this a while, you know, and then I'll turn the Bluetooth off. That way I don't have any frequency on. And I don't have any Wi-Fi back here. It's all wired, so it's this beautiful little cocoon, actually. So, my friends, we were talking about Q and how we're just... It can't matter if Q's real or not. Excuse me, it can't matter. Because either way, we have to make it work. All right. And, yeah, the 1622 really threw me off, Karen. I agree. And I thought it would be back. I thought it would be before now as well. Thank you, Cornelius. So this is... We've got to really stand tall. And Anastasia, that's sweet. Coffee 24/7 here, nectar of the gods. Thank you. This is beautiful, and from all the Sneds here too. The golden hour in Kentucky. Awesome. We are trying to figure out, right, what this is going to look like and when it's going to happen. And it's like, you ever wait for a bus and it was taking forever, and you're wondering if it was ever going to come, and so finally you just got up and started walking. That's what we got to do. We can't wait for the bus. What's that look like? A lot of us are doing it. We're talking to each other. We're chatting. I had a chat with a couple of 21-year-olds that are staying with us. Lovely couple. And I had to talk to them about the tyranny, the medical tyranny that we're under, as best I could. But you could tell that the kind of dialogue made their hearts heavy. And I can recognize when I have somebody whose heart is heavy, and I think I need to be better at communicating in a way that doesn't weigh down the heart and instead supports it, elevates it. But the need that I felt to share that was there is because I want to warn them. I want to warn them. I know what's up ahead. I can see it so clearly. And I want to stop them from stepping in front of this bus that they have no idea was designed, was created in the mind and designed and created and injected to take away some of the population and and limit the reproductive capabilities from having a next generation. It is genocide at multiple levels, generational levels. Because they're killing people now, and they're keeping young men and women in the prime of their life from coming together, connecting on a soul level, and starting a family together. Living in a nice environment, a nice home that they own and don't pay too much money for. And they work, a short schedule, 4-day week. And they make plenty of money, and only one of the parents has to work. If the children are still in school, right? Because financially you wouldn't need it. So you have this, you're raising this family. Young, strong men and women being created, being sculpted through a strong family, a strong community. Do you see how they can't control that future? That future is set in stone when you have that level of conviction. This is what I used to do alone in my bathroom. That was the place in the house that was quiet when everyone was asleep. And here we are. Cheers. This is live. I guess I should. Well, it's in the title. Probably not the day in the title. But we are. Let me just put a little live here just to make sure. Here we go. There we go. Hey, can't sleep. Was so surprised to find you on, Dave. Hey, Carol Ann, how are you? What's going on? What's going on? Cannabis in my bong, Benjamin. Well done. You have to educate people my age in a way that people can understand and respect. Pork lamp. What age is that? That would be helpful. Maybe I'd talk to that. Sleep issues here too. Shellen, good morning. We're all sleepless and wandered into a nice surprise. Now you are here. Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah, we're up to 323 30s pork lamb. Okay. My spouse is she's very non-confrontational, right? Doesn't want to impose or ruffle any feathers, or very respectful, beautiful human, beautiful heart, an angel. And me, I'm like a bull in a china shop. But not so much, because I can gain rapport. Because part of gaining a rapport is actually coming to where you are. Trying to connect with what you're up to, right? So pork lamp, like, music. What kind of music you listen to? How come? Hear what you have to say. Hear what you have to say about the music industry. Maybe ask a question or two about the music industry. Do you know of? Did you hear about, what did you hear about Chester Bennington? Would you hear about Chris Cornell? Chris Cornell. Beautiful daughter. Both of them leaving behind family and friends. Why? Why Jackson? Why Prince? All of them. Why? Are they alive? I haven't seen them, so I can't say. They're the allure. Do you feel that? Anthony Bourdain too. Yeah, Karen. Yep. You realize they'll stop at nothing. My friends, they murdered John Fitzgerald Kennedy. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. You see him there? He's got his arm around Caroline. It was the height of Camelot. They murdered him. And the same people that murdered him are still in control. Thought I heard something. Hold on a sec. not dark enough. So they are fighting for their survival on this planet. And we are being told this much by Q. And we were told because we are in the huddle. And only those that absolutely need to know the play at the end of the game needs to be in the huddle. Even though your fans are for you, they're not in the huddle. Your cheerleaders are for you, they're not in the huddle. So we know we're a part of this. Engaging in the best way we know how is the only way we can do that. And then, if we don't see action, we're in a position for action because we have the power. We say no, it stops here. It stops. Doesn't have to be violent. We have too much power for it to be violent. That's the way you need to look at it. If you want to step into the power that we possess. Hey, you guys have any questions? Did I leave you hanging anywhere in one of my tangents? What if Q, for someone like Alex Jones, I think he's very intelligent. I don't know that what you're asking there. Could you rephrase that, Carmelia, and I'll try to catch that. Yeah, let me get to some questions. Dave, what are your thoughts about Trump's speech? I'm guessing you'll I just saw the thing about city leaders getting death threats, nasty families going into hiding. This is part of the narrative, Shellen. This is part of the narrative. Because they jumped the gun with the DOJ and the FBI. Excuse me. That's an example of the indoctrination not going slow enough for the public to catch up to it. Right? So they were trying to stop the parents from getting to this point. To me, this looks like a false flag. So that they can show America that this has gotten out of control and they're not going to have these meetings anymore. Because they're too dangerous. Okay? So, all right. So, Tricia, What are your thoughts about Trump's speech? Okay. You know, every speech that Trump has given since the inauguration of Joe Biden, the fake inauguration, has been a disappointment, I believe, with the majority of people. And I'm talking about kind of going into your heart, like go deep. Go deep, because you can always say, no, it's Trump all the way. He's done so much. Da, 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 da. No. Just time out. Just slow the roll. Pull out of that situation for a moment and just say, be discerning about this man and any woman. And to do that, you can't be all rah from the right brain. That's all emotion. The same emotion of fear, the same area of the brain where the emotion of fear is, so that they can control you, because you're not in your left brain thinking logically, because you're over here in fear, or you're in your amygdala, which is fight or flight. So there are different levels of people that look at Trump's speech, right? He tells us a lot during his speeches. The problem with that, Ron Paul, I think, would have been a good president. Yeah. But again, those guys are controlled. See, they threatened. You remember when what's his name ran for president? The businessman. I voted for him twice. And what's his name? Ross Perot, for crying out loud. Yeah, Webbuild, thank you. I got it right before I saw yours, just so you know. Okay. But they threatened him. They threatened his family. That's the word. And that's why he backed away. He said he wasn't going to run. And then by the time he came back, people were just done with him. It devastated him, his running. And they already knew it, so it wasn't a threat anymore for them to threaten him again or follow through with that. He had already dug his grave. So, yeah, Ross Perot. But so, Darcy, can I finish? Did I not finish? I think I need to finish talking about the speech. So there's a level of people that are just, it's a lot of, at one point, the dialogues is just rhetoric. It's the same kind of rhetoric that the other side has. Now with Trump, there's substance, right? There's substance there. But when you get this over and over again, talking about the things that you and I already know, we're not really okay with the belief that he's not in charge, or that he's Um, it's like Scavino's. It's President Trump, right? It's President Trump. So I don't really want to do this, but I want to show it to you. Right there. Dan Scavino live stream 1:15:22 at 9 p.m. E. We did that. That took us to 34 Q drop. President Donald J. Trump in Florence, Arizona. 9 o'clock Eastern. Should I go to that or just live stream with you? I'd be lying if I didn't say I might have some concern, just because, and I know there's a lot of security there because of him, but there was a lot of security at the last place that I got hit with tear gas and potentially causing my clots. And so I think about that, and think about we could spend tomorrow night together. Don't go, Happy Wendy. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Doesn't want to. I mean, he likes the pedestal, but he does want us doing our own thing. I think there's a little light on my face there. Ron Welcher, no COVID, no Delta, and no Omicron, just colds and flu. They are selling you fear. Don't buy it. Absolutely. It's crazy, folks. They've got us whipped up into a frenzy, okay? Whipped up into a frenzy. 365 of you here hanging. And I'm going to close this out pretty soon here. Yeah, I could go live with you. Yeah, I mean, that could be cool. But President Trump, I mean, so people are thinking, come on, just do something already. Stop talking about it. Because people are dying, okay? So the boos, I think, are going to be growing. Because every time he's mentioning the vax, he's getting booed. And every month that goes by and those people who are aware that the vax is genocide are getting more and more pissed off that the white hats are allowing this to go on. Yeah, the fake riot in D.C. Yeah, maybe they'll do another one. Yeah, do it, Q, right? So, we just been hanging, Kathy. Been having a good night. So, we're, what I started tweeting tonight, and I'll cover this, and then I will go off into the night and leave you to your own devices and your own thoughts and your own free will, and send you love, vibration, support, and of just stepping into that free will like you own the world, because you do. I was looking at the weakness of Kazakhstan, and RB Chef Dave, I've only heard people on here say that about Trump. No place else. Could you tell me what which thing, please? Early wake up with David Snedeker. Hey Joanne, thank you. I see Pork hit it in the bullseye. Mark Ray. Let me see. Pork would have been really bad look for normies, even though he would have been in the right. Yeah, DJT woke people up, but this potato in office is more of a wake-up call than anything. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I could share that with the rest of the class. Sometimes I forget you guys aren't seeing all of the scroll here, and so my apologies if I sometimes will just answer something without rereading it or showing it to you. So I think that people that are awake are getting frustrated with the plan, even though we trust it, are getting frustrated because of the people that we're seeing dying, and young girls that we believe are being sterilized. How much of this is a show? And how much could they really get away with? You know, could... good morning, Lee. Yeah, we had a little hang time tonight in the Sned shed. It's been going on... How long I've been on now? Let me see. Almost 2 hours. It was 1:59:17 when I looked. So 365 of you. It's kind of like we're like in a, you know, I picture a beat poet kind of coffee shop, you know, but with more substance, you know, like the big chairs are big and comfy, you know, and the lighting is light, not hard on the eyes at all, and we're just the perfect distance away from each other to, you know, talk and be heard and, you know, fist bump or touch, and we're all hanging out, and we're downloading some stuff. I think there's some good stuff here. So, yeah, there was a show last night. Hi, Linda. How are you? Asking about the show. So, you can't hear us snapping our fingers. Sonny, yeah, couldn't sleep. Just smooth. I hope that was meant towards me, Cornelius, and I will accept with gratitude. And if it's not, I'm gonna take it anyway, and I'll just use it, and nobody will know. I'll just use your quote. It'd be like, Sned, you know, hang with Sned, or the Head Sned, and then it'll go smooth, and then we'll have a little, like, your name underneath, but you like need a magnifying glass to see what it is, but people actually use a magnifying glass to see what it is because it's cool. All right, so back to thank you, Cornelius, appreciate that. Yes, you, Dave. And you're on Facebook. Okay, cool. Sunny D, I fell asleep watching and woke up watching. Too bad I got to go to work. Take us with you. Take us with you, but don't make us do anything, okay? Here in the Midwest, Anastasia, it's gathering around the kitchen table, figuring out the universe at 3 a.m. I like that, Anastasia. I like that visual, right? And, yeah. And, think about it. You guys, think about, of all the revolutions, most of them failed. They were always the underdog up against a tyrannical army, a tyrannical government, a dictator, a military that is told to kill their own citizens. Imagine that level of brainwashing, where you actually justify shooting and killing, raping your fellow man in your country. These are the things that have kept revolutions from succeeding. And then oftentimes in a revolution, the leader will get into office and be even worse than the one that just left. Corruption, wealth, fame, protection. This is the political currency that buys a man's soul. Sned in the shed. Mornings with Sned. Sunrise Sned. How about that? Sunrise Sned. I think I put that on the other show when I was on the beach. So, Elena, good morning, Dave. On my way into work and was going to watch the first segment from Asthma Night. And surprise, you're on live. Sweet blessings. I'm all ears. Oh, that's really sweet, Elena. Thank you. Hey, from Asthma Night, or from what was that last night? And it's spell checked. Because I'm trying to think if we covered asthma at some point. I'm teasing you. I know it was last night at your damn phone, right? Let's see. Calm before the storm. Yeah. D, I like that. I'm going to put that here in the on the screen. The calm. How about that? And where do we put that? How about there? Right up there? The calm. Then I'll scoot it over. All right. So, this feeling that people were having tonight, I want to return to that. Because a lot of people were feeling very restless tonight and feeling, couldn't sleep. And, but also just feeling. our surroundings and saying something's different, something's going on, right? It's the calm, right? It's the Lee. It's the there's something about the calm before the storm. But the calm. Morning from Michigan. Awesome. Tough being in Michigan these days. Used to be, holy shit, great state. Dave, didn't they say tonight would be the concert of a lifetime at the rally? I have not heard that. Who said that, John? I'd love to hear Trump say the storm is upon us. Yeah. So that's, I think that there are people, and I had asked RB Chef, was it you that said that this is the only place you heard that about Trump? And I missed what you said. I'm sorry. If you wouldn't mind repeating yourself. I repeat myself a lot. So I should be able to call in that favor. Yeah, it's been feeling weird and restless since I woke up Friday morning. Hi, Christy. How are you, my dear? Ah, seeing your name and your face just warms my heart. Anyone see these random videos on Facebook showing a second sun? I have not. But they could create that just as easily as they created the one that you see. It's I think, a magnetic disc in the firmament that does not rise but just comes across the sky and then leaves us. Awesome. And yeah, so people have seen what are the bots? Carmen, I'm not seeing everything. So I'm not seeing any bots, I don't think. But sometimes they know to stay away from this software, so they're on your stuff but not mine, or I don't know how they do it, quite honestly. But they can hide behind this. Or the Planet X coming our way. All that goes away when you start thinking about the flat Earth model. Because it's very different. It's just a globe. It's like a snow globe. And how many of those are there, right? So you just thinking about it, totally different. Yeah, they've been working on an artificial sun. Absolutely. So, at any rate, I think that tomorrow, nobody remembers the guy that didn't say anything about what was going to happen, right? That's why you have so many people out there that have been making predictions about the way things are going to go down or when they're going to go down, that have saddened a lot of souls and weakened a lot of warriors out of disillusionment, out of feeling let down, so much so they stopped believing in the plan. See, the first shock that we had with mainstream media is understanding that they don't really like us. They have no interest in what's best for us. So that was shocking to us. It's like, I've been watching him for years. It's like he's been lying to you for years. So that was a big shock. But then coming outside of that into the truth community, the first reality is that some of these people don't care about you. They don't. And just like that was an important precursor to the realization that the media is propaganda and is fake and is controlled in order to control us. We now have to realize that there was built-in controlled opposition into the truth movement, and that's why we have to be so discerning. And we've got to dispense immediately, because they're hanging around, they're clinging on, and they're poisoning real observation, real investigation, and real action. And you could say, well, you promote all those things, but if you're building up people's expectations, building up, telling them something's going to happen and it doesn't, it tears them just a little bit, weakens them, us, just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the machine. Welcome to the machine. It's do you feel sometimes that we're living in an alternate reality? Because I think about that a lot, because we're not where we think we are. If we think about this alternate reality stuff, like we're not in a structure that we think we are, right? We're not in a, Joanne, you have? Cool. And let me know if this is jiving with you or you're thinking something different, because, yeah. Baldwin turned over his cell phone. Holy shit. All right, Christy, thanks. Cool. Georgia, you're going to get snow. That'll be cool. Japan launched a fake sun video on Telegram. Don't forget about Project Bluebeam, folks, too, right? Where they can project what they want us to see. Okay. Yeah, I never give time frames, Dave, just truth. Yeah, that's what we really need. Renee, Dave, your voice is hypnotic. Thank you, I think. Okay, flap your arms like a chicken, Renee. Yeah, I guess that's my only experience with hypnotism. It's easier for you at night. That's one reason you're up at night. Pink Floyd, Snow Globe World. They saw the fake sun months ago. Yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen that out there. So, all right. So, an alternate reality. Before I get into the alternate reality, Barry says, do you truly believe Trump in his speech is going to do anything? Think about how he has been pushing this fax and saying nothing about the January 6th event and political prisoners. Not even sure at this point he is not a part of this crap. Okay. Excellent question. And well thought out, Barry. Thank you. Okay, next question. Dave from Illinois. I'm just kidding. So, great question, Barry. So, let's look at it this way. Whatever his speech is tomorrow, there's going to be disappointment if there's not action for those that believe that the white hats are in control. And I'm saying this as a lover of Q, as a lover of Trump, and all that they've accomplished and where they've gotten to this point. But if they don't cross the finish line and they don't pull the trigger on this, they've become the Judas goat the whole time because they were gaining our trust the whole while leading us to slaughter. And whether that's intentional or not by the individuals would remain to be seen, but both tragic nonetheless. Trump and Q have told us not to panic. They've said they'll panic. They're panic in D.C., right? We are in control. Patriots in control. Panic. Patriots are now in control. All of these. We're seeing our brothers and sisters dying. And if we don't think that this is a time to stand up and say no more and stop everything in its tracks, when will we ever? This moment in human history is so very important. It's so very important. Can we slow the roll just for a few minutes, please? Just slow the comments, if you wouldn't mind. Because what I'm about to say is very important, and I don't want to, see flying by of, is JFK Jr. alive, stuff, or separate topics. So thank you in advance for slowing the comments. And don't feel like you got to be the comment police. Just ignore. No, I have not slept. So we're living in a time when up until now, there had been a perfectly orchestrated system that had been improved upon and improved upon and improved upon with each generation of royal blood control over the rest of the population. And powerful and power hungry men and some women that demanded their place in the annals of history through their actions, whether be it good or bad. The problem with society is we've given almost equal credibility to both out of lack of integrity, lack of commitment. We are humanity. And where we go from this point forward we have to understand the importance of this point because of how much they had to do to get us here, so that humanity are literally lemmings walking off the cliff. That's how much control they've been able to get over humanity with the box and the social media and the news and the drive time and daytime, nighttime, talk shows, radio shows, podcasts. More are controlled than you could ever imagine. Think about it. The CIA in 1975 admitted shadow dancer. We're dreaming, babe. We're dreaming. Let's make it good. Yeah. Let's dream together. And dream of a land, of a place that's free, that's clear, that's beautiful, not stressful. Joy, song, dance, music, food, drink, beautiful celebrations. Imagine our world. What are we celebrating? We're celebrating the escape from slavery. We are slaves. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we'll be free. I think that the control of domination of the world, of the money, of the food, we're being allowed to see it play out. You can't tell some people. You must show them. Most of the population you can't tell. You must show. This is the show. And we get it. The destruction that we have to see. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joni. Yeah, listen from the start that's a good thing. But you can also finish this and then go to the start. I think you'll be fine. So, they're carrying everything forward. Everything forward. We know that Trump and Q. You know what? I'm just going to pause that. Just to have some quiet, some silence. I think that's important. Just as important as some cool music. You know, without the spaces of silence, we'd have no music. It's the silence makes the music. It's the silence that brings forth thought. A dying art. And thus, a dying civilization. What we have we are being pushed in every aspect of our lives. We're being pushed. But did you feel it? It stopped. It stopped. And then came the pushback, the growing pushback, the good news over here, the good news over here. And started overwhelming the narrative and those who control the narrative. So they had to double down. And they were able to push back a little bit. But we kept coming. And they collapsed. But not fully. Because if it was fully, we'd be getting all the kids. Maybe we've gotten a lot of them. I'm not on the need to know list there. And no one who has a podcast does or is. So we are, things are happening, supposedly. But it's the kind of thing where we shouldn't have to ask for proof of. You would just know that, hey, here's how many children. We're seeing a lot of that, a lot of shift in that. So we are getting that. But we need more. And the other side has not collapsed yet. They're still putting on the full court press because they're losing and the time's about to run out. But they still have strength and they still have power because we haven't rescued all the children. We haven't stopped the deaths of the jabs. We haven't stopped the COVID. We haven't dispensed, ivermectin and HCQ around the globe yesterday. That's how you deal with it. Vitamin C, vitamin D, give that away. Take the Rothschilds' money. Give everybody preventative health care. Give them nutrients. Give them, support. Health support, real health support. It needs to be different. It needs to be different. And we're here at this most important time in human history where their devices are collapsing, their techniques, their manipulation is weakening, their narrative, their rhetoric is paper thin, about to rip right down the middle. We are so close, and we know this based on the reaction of them in trying to push this faster. So the speech tomorrow, let me tell you what I'd like to hear. I would like him to say, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. And immediately kick into something significant. The reset. Or not the reset, but the revaluation. The debt forgiveness, the money paid to us that is owed to us. So it looks something like that, but I don't think he'd announce it then necessarily. with tens of thousands of people that have traveled all around the country to get there. But that stoppage of communication shouldn't affect travel that much. Just freak people out. So I would love for him to talk to us about what's going on. Not speak to us, but speak with us. Needs to be about an awareness, not just pointing the other finger, or pointing the finger at the Biden and Harris administration, or Harris-Biden administration, or Obama administration. Yeah, I started another show, another talk. Good morning. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, good morning, everybody. So we're at 411. This is like the old days. So this is, before we go into the future, we got to talk about the past. And we got to talk about the present. And President Trump will be booed if he says a good thing about the vaccines. Too many people awake. And people are disappointed in his reactions. But we've talked about that. We've talked about that on the show. And I'm tired. Just that we want to hear about him talking about what's really going on with the vaccines. And I don't know if it's a perception thing, but if he said question the vaccines, they would try to discredit him, and it would expose them even more. But I don't think we need that level of convincing here. I think we're good. I think when the normies realize that they gave their kids a shot, gave their kid a shot that maybe sterilized them or caused them death, or they'll never be able to live with themselves again. So I pray for them. I was starting to talk about that tonight, but I didn't get through that, I don't think. That the children will die and then the parents are left behind, realizing they'd been lied to once they finally wake up. Can you imagine how tragic that would feel? This is who these people are. They don't care. They don't care about you and me. They don't care. It's all been controlled. So the revolution, coming back to the revolution of conquering this great tyranny, we have to understand. All right, Beverly, I'll stop and get a tumbler in the shop. So maybe Rob is. I don't think Rob's still on with us, but maybe a tumbler. Yeah, we need a tumbler, Beverly. Why haven't you said anything? Crying out loud. Where were you been? Where were you at the last meeting? Come on now. Thanks for that. They're throwing away booster shots in the UK due to the low uptake. The Guardian reports. Good information, JJ. Thank you. Yeah, I trust Trump too. Please, it must end. It's Carla. They've been pretty. Like, I'm sad to say, I believe his speech is going to be in regards to the new internet communication of his website, Free Speech, encouraging everyone to leave all the other websites, stop giving them our personal information, our finances. Any company that's been building the deep state financially, to stop giving them support of our finances, stop shopping at deep state businesses. We have the power to close their pocketbooks. And that's what I was talking about, the power without violence. We could shut everything down tomorrow. I'm telling you. You know it. But we got to be a part of it. We got to be, step up. We got to show people around us what's up. We got to tell them our conviction. Yeah, I'm exhausted, Ingrid. So I'm gonna go to bed. This was fun. Glad we did it. 2 hours and 43 minutes. I thought about cutting this off at 2 hours, for crying out loud. Here again, another unshareable video. So like all of mine, yeah. A lot of you share. Trust me, I love you for that. I get hundreds and hundreds of shares a night. And it's just, it feels great that you're wanting to share me with people in your life. And that means a lot. Not to me, to them. I just threw that in there at the end. I couldn't resist. So, guys, check out Remote Viewer. What's going on? Yeah, I haven't heard from you, man. And I've been so busy. Thank you, Connie. Anastasia, thank you for sharing your soul and giving us a place to share ours. That's beautiful, Anastasia. Thank you. Beautiful. Get some sleep, Dave. I enjoyed the surprise show. Thank you, Elizabeth. Debbie, good night, Dave. That's been a good show. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. Ann says I share out to at least 15. And thank you, Ann. And by the way, a lot of, there's hundreds and hundreds. Those are people. That's each person. That's not even the total shares. So you count as one. So that can really spread. But the problem is people see, oh my God, it's a 3-hour video. When the hell am I going to watch a 3-hour video? And you say, but it's Dave. You got to make time. Right? Something like that. Laughs a lot. Thank you, Dave. Good stuff. Ingrid, we love you. Thank you. I love you too. Thanks, Dave, for hanging with us this morning. Much love and light to you and all the Sned heads. Thank you, Christina. And so sorry about your father. God love you. God love him. Elena, thanks, Dave. Great driving to work with you. God bless. Get some rest this weekend. Love the Sned fam. See you on Monday. See ya. Hey, I might do a show. I might do the what do you call it? Trump speech. Might live cast that with you if I'm here. If I don't go, and I'll figure that out. But when I wake up at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, and I've got a call tomorrow morning. I've got with 7K. What time is that? Oh, maybe Nancy will see this and say, "Oh, I'm going to give him the morning off." Hey, 7K Sned heads, would you go and say, here's how we do this. For those of you involved in 7K, would you please show up at the call tomorrow and say, Dave sent me. Just say, Dave sent me, okay? And then you guys all get there, okay? And just make it fantastic, which Nancy does. Give her some love. You know, talk about what we can do with 7K, how some people can really make a change in their life, right? Have that conversation. And I'll be sleeping the whole time. You down with that? Okay. All right. So, yeah, that's all. So that's tonight. Yeah, that's tonight. It'll be, oh my gosh, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. 6 o'clock Pacific. Dave ain't here, man. Chill training with Dave in the wee hours. Yes. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Did you hear my belly? Holy cow. So, remote viewer, you've never been that exhausted even with cancer and chemo. And did you have COVID, brother? And how did I miss that? Caught up in my own world? Sorry to hear that, man. Holy shit. Would have been praying for you, man. Why didn't I know that? Anastasia, please be sure to go over comments when you wake up. I shared funny story about watching in bed. Give me a timestamp, Anastasia. Otherwise, I can't be like scouring each of my shows. Where's Anastasia's comment? Where's Anastasia's comment? Come on, cut me some slack. Do you guys think I just sit around and listen to myself all day from the night before? What do you think? What kind of operation do you think I'm running here? Ava, thank you, Dave. I enjoyed sharing my night with you. It's now morning here, Eastern time. So that was lovely. Thank you, Ava. I enjoyed it as well. Christy says, thanks for all you do. Don't think I could have gotten through these last 2 years without this show. So gratefully. Thank you, Christy. That's beautiful. All right, my friends. I'm down with Dave. I'm down with that, Dave. Robert, thank you. Yeah, man. Robert, that's awesome. Thank you. All right, my friends. Dear Lord, thanks for bringing us together tonight. And we just ask your blessings over President Trump tomorrow night in his speech. And we are hopeful that it'll be meaningful and actionable. Call us old-fashioned, but we're kind of over the people dying from an experimental medical procedure that is very dangerous. And the stopping of this, Lord, will save lives, and it will still wake people up that need to be awakened, because they will see firsthand. You bring to light the truth about these numbers and what's happening, and it will make people angry that trusted their doctors, that didn't warn them. We're looking for clarity. Clarity of action and clarity of intent. Either tomorrow we keep watching our brothers and sisters die or be injured, or we stop it cold. There is no time for in between. You realize it, and you take action to change it. And we ask you for this power, Lord, for this strength to change this world, to change our lives, to glorify you in gratitude for the gift of our life and this home that we are allowing others to ruin. Dear Lord, please watch over and strengthen, continue to strengthen our friend Scott. Lord, please continue to watch over Shelby and Cindy and Todd and his boys. And me and my family and the safety of us all. My father, my brother and sister, and all their siblings and all their family and all their children. I ask you to love them enough to allow us to provide a future for them. Thy will be done. Amen. Good night, all. Yeah. Keep the prayers going. Love you all. Good night.